COVID-19 specifically treatments. Quick caveat, I am not a doctor. I don't own a white lab coat or a stethoscope, and I'm actually not going to be telling people whether they should get vaccinated or not. I'm not doing that. I have very strong opinions about these things, but I'm not going to be sharing them on the show. This is where we're headed. Talk a little bit about the CDC, which some people think dropped out of heavens, the sky parted.
Thus saith the CDC.
This is a gift to us. So this is interesting. They referenced hydroxychloroquine, which is a prescription drug developed in the 1940s, first used to treat malaria. This was the claim they made, that a study had been conducted in which 96,000 COVID-19 patients were tested from 671 hospitals on 5 continents, and they were all treated with hydroxychloroquine, okay? Then they published an article in The Lancet, which is the world's leading medical journal, very prestigious, and this is what they said in there, that this did not help curb COVID-19, and it might even cause death in patients. Now, doctors read this publication quite often. When they saw that, they thought, oh, that's really interesting. I don't remember seeing that article. It's because the study never happened. It never happened, but yet what happened to peer review, and it was published in The Lancet, even though it never actually happened. But because it's in that magazine, it goes out to all the doctors, and they learn, okay, you don't want to use this because it could cause death in patients. But there's really no truth behind it at all. Then we're supposed to follow the science, even though that never happened. Again, it's more like follow the money, which can apply in many, many different areas. Even Rolling Stone, they had an article on ivermectin. They stated that Oklahoma hospitals were overwhelmed by patients who had overdosed on ivermectin, so much so that they couldn't treat gunshot victims. Well, that would be terrible. Well, guess what? It never happened. This wasn't an issue, but because Rolling Stone published that, other news outlets jumped on it, and they just referenced the article in Rolling Stone, and now everyone knew this is bad stuff, you want to stay away from it, even though it actually never happened.
Did they know what they were publishing was completely false, or how does that work?
It's really hard to say, but they never get called out on it, really. It just kind of goes away, and there's a squirrel with a puffy tail we chase for a while, and then something else comes up. We don't ever think, wait a minute, whatever happened to this incident that it wasn't true? How did it get published? How can we stop that? We just kind of move on as if it never happened. There's very little accountability.